I would request all the participants to please mute their audios and turn off their videos for better bandwidth and smooth commencement of the program until and unless required. Thank you. Jane Goodall once said, and I quote, "You cannot get through a single day without having an impact on the world around you. What you do makes a difference, and you have to decide what kind of difference you want to make." On that very note, good evening to one and all present here. The entire team of RCRCG 21, that is rerouting from Code Red to Code Green 2021, is thrilled to welcome you all on board for the curtain raiser event organized by KC College, HSNC University under the aegis of DBT Star Status and Star Scheme. I, Padmaja Pai.
And me, Mansi Rawat, are your hosts for the day. Now, I would like to request Dr. Yogita Shinde, Associate Professor of Chemistry Department, Teacher in charge of the Curtain Raiser event, RCRCG 21, and Coordinator of Marathi Mandal to welcome the gathering.
Thank you, Padmaja and Mansi. Respected guest for the day, Mr. Isaac Kihimkar, sir. Honorable Provost, HSNC University, Shri Niranjan Hiranandani ji. Honorable Vice Chancellor, HSNC University and Principal, KC College, Dr. Hemlata Bagla. Vice Principals, Dr. Shalini Sinha, Dr. Tejashree Shanbag, Mr. Dilip Ramrakhiani, my teacher colleagues, and of course, you all, my dear young friends. A very good evening to one and all. Environment is no one's property to destroy. Rather, it is everyone's responsibility to protect. On behalf of Team KC, Team RCRCG, I extend a very warm welcome to one and all. It is high time that we all own up the responsibility of going back from the drastic environment degradation towards a better world for all of us, a better world for all our future generations. I hope that each one of us will positively contribute to the cause. I now call upon our charming young hosts, Padmaja and Mansi, to carry this further.
Thank you, Yogita ma'am, for your warm words. Now I would like to request a coordinator of DBT Star Status from the Department of Life Sciences, Dr. Ashu Vajpayee, to introduce our Honorable Vice Chancellor, HSNC University and Principal of KC College, Dr. Hemlata Bagla.
Thank you, Padmaja. Good evening, one and all present here in this August gathering. I take this opportunity to introduce an ardent leader
You on mute, Ashu.
Ashu Vajpayee, you are on mute.
Good evening to one and all present here. I think there is some technical issue, but our Honorable Vice Chancellor and our Principal, Dr. Hemlata Bagla ma'am, she is a scientist par excellence. I am sure each one present here from KC fraternity knows her so well to be a warm, kind-hearted person, as well as an able administrator, and who has always been behind us like a pillar to support us in all the activities that we conduct at KC College. With so many hats done, I think her first love is students, and that is why I think whatever we start, the students' initiatives, she is always backing us. with numerous research papers at her credit and numerable, number of awards keep increasing year by year. And we wish her all the luck because she is attending this program as a Honorable Vice Chancellor for the first time. So welcome, Dr. Bagla ma'am, and we are so delighted to have you with us today. So with these few words, I would request you to say a few words. Thank you so much.
My apologies, ma'am, for the technical glitch.
Not to worry, Dr. Vajpayee, and thank you, Dr. Damle, for those kind words. We have to be ready in this technological world. We have to embrace all the challenges with open arms. So good evening, everyone. We have with us Honorable Provost of HSNC University, Dr. Niranjan Hiranandani sir amidst us today. We also have our esteemed guest and fondly known as the Butterfly Man of India, Mr. Isaac Kehimkar. Dr. Damle, Coordinator, DBT, Star Status and Head Department of Life Sciences. Vice Principals of KC College, Mrs. Marjit Padi, Dr. Shalini Sinha, Mr. Justin, Dr. Tejashree Shanbag, my dear colleagues of KC College, and also the colleagues who have joined from other institutions across India. And yes, you rightly said, Dr. Damle, the stakeholders who are very near to me are, I wouldn't say stakeholders, the important stakeholders, they are nothing but our dear students. And whatever we do at university and KC College is keeping their future in mind. So a very good afternoon to all of you. Dear friends, one of the most powerful and poignant apostle of peace to have ever walked on earth is Gandhiji. And once said, earth provides enough to satisfy every man's needs, but not every man's greed. Indeed, our Mother Earth has forever been kind and loving to us, keeps nurturing us every minute, every moment, and with every breath, and has never stopped giving us the enormous resources we enjoy. But on the other hand, alas, the greed of humankind has led to a grave danger to the future of environment. And that is the reason that we are here today. I'm sure the distinguished and honorable provost, Dr. Niranjan Hiranandani, let me tell you all friends, we say provost of the university, but he's a developer, he's a policy maker, philanthropist, trustee of schools, trustee of colleges, a great think tank for India, founder of School of Real Estate. And as I told you, I mentioned to you being provost of the university, he also agrees with this, even as managing director and chairman of Hiranandani Group. And he has seen to it how much he can contribute to the ecosystem. Today, we are witnessing that we have reached a point of emergency, and that point of emergency is code red. Therefore, to deal with that emergency, there's a dire need of a tremendous sense of urgency to realize the slogan, and is very aptly worked by the students, by the teachers, and I really, it's commendable, I appreciate, is rerouting ourselves, rerouting from code red to code green. And there couldn't have been a better title of the event which we are organizing throughout the year. So as an institution, I'm sure our provost will also believes that there's real education. He keeps saying that to teach the students to become healthy, wealthy, and happy in harmony with the nature. So on this platform, I extend a warmest welcome to Dr. Niranjan Hiranandani for being with us today. And he's one who is ready to address all of our students, to be with students. Thank you so much, sir, for gracing this event and being with us. Friends, I'm overjoyed that while restoring, recharging, redeveloping, and even responding wisely to the code red, we have to be alert for humanity. And this alert has been already sent by UN Climate Change Committee. The alert has come a month back in August 9th, 2021, or rather 2 months back. And with that alert, our students of KC College came and said that they at HSNC University, they want to come forward to generate this idea and awareness amongst the public regarding nature conservation. And they want to organize this in an extravaganza of activities, and aptly named as I mentioned a minute back, is rerouting from Code Red to Code Green. I'm glad that multitude of activities throughout the years and they're planned by our students, our teachers in this program. And there are several activities, sir, you would be very happy to know that involves competitions, skill building workshops, knowledgeable seminars, working models, greenathons, and environmental conclaves, which will be organized throughout the year. Today in the Curtain Raiser program is the first program of this, the event, which is organized spanning over a year. I believe this is a long-term awareness program organized by Faculty of Science and Technology, KC College, under the aegis of DBT, Star Status and Star Scheme. And once again, I welcome all the members who are present today on behalf of HSNC University and on behalf of KC College. On this particular significant day, we are privileged to have amidst us the Butterfly Man of India and Chairman and Director of Nature Watch Foundation, Mr. Isaac Hemker. And he is the former Deputy Director, Bombay Natural History Society, BNHS as is known, and has worked with BNHS for 38 years. And he has passion for reaching out to people by popularizing the concept of butterfly gardens. I would like to tell Mr. Isaac that at KC College, under DBT Star Status and Star Scheme, our main mission is to reach out masses. And the title of the all activities is Reaching Out to Unreachables. With that mission, we are with you as well. So thank you very much, Mr. Isaac, for joining us this evening. On behalf of HSNC University and KC College, a warm welcome to you. Finally, we are here today to hear Dr. Niranjan Hirandani. But before I take my seat, I would like to urge all of you, dear friends, and convey my thoughts with you that the climate crisis is the most apparent consequential impact of human wrong of Mother Earth's exploitation for resources. And it is actually regretless pursuit of unsustainable development. The reality is that it is not something that will happen in the future. We are still thinking the greenhouse gases will affect in the future and all this will happen in the future. Let me tell you all, it's happening now. It's happening brazenly in front of our eyes. So due to such carelessness, we are suffering from mega forest fires to intense cyclones to extreme floods and droughts. And we are also witnessing the worst impacts of climate change at a much faster rate and increase in the temperatures than ever predicted by the scientists. At the same time, fossil fuel consumption and carbon emissions have already hit all-time high. And at this rate, if we continue suffering, or actually affecting the environment, I believe, and all scientists have given those statistics that global temperature will increase and will touch more than 1.5 degrees centigrade. And beyond this mark, the hostile climatic conditions can devastate largest parts of the world. We will very soon hear the seas are swallowing coastal areas, deserts are encroaching the fertile lands, glaciers are continuously melting, extreme weather events are continuously destroying lives and livelihoods, and this particular phenomena is going to only become intense. Such extreme climates, if we are not aware, we don't spread awareness, it's not in the future. As I said, it's now. So there's a call from the nature. We all have to make it an institutional responsibility. Each individual can make contribution, and we have to be now systematically organized, and we need to work towards the response. So with these few words, once again, I would say continuously work towards it, and how as an institution we can contribute to that crisis. I think the nature is calling all of us. Get ready, wear your shoes, keep your think tank on and your thoughts on this, and continuously take this as a mission and move forward. Once again, welcoming Dr. Niranjan Hirandani sir and Mr. Isaac Hemker and the entire team, KC College, continuously striving to move forward and taking on such areas as mission. My congratulations to one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your kind words. On behalf of the entire organizing team of RCRCG, I extend my thank you to you. Innovation distinguishes a leader from a follower, quoted by Steve Jobs, befits our inaugural addressee, Dr. Niranjan Hiranandani, co-founder and MD of Hiranandani Group, whom we all very well dearly know. Sir spearheads the national president for National Real Estate Development Council, which works under the aegis of Ministry of Housing and Affairs, Urban Affairs, Government of India. He is also appointed as an president for one of the most oldest trade bodies, Associated Chambers of Commerce and Industry. Sir has been also conferred with the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Management on Real Estate. Sir started his career as a chartered accountant professor and then ventured into the textile industry business in late 1870s, 1970s. My apologies. In 1981, with the establishment of Hiranandani Group of Real Estate, he embarked his entrepreneurial journey, foraying into the Indian real estate industry. He is known as Builder Extraordinaire and as a visionary man behind redesigning the skyline of Mumbai. The success journey then began the development of India's first ever global mixed-up integrated township, Hiranandani Gardens, Powai, a landmark real estate project, and many more to add. With his profound knowledge and sharp business acumen and admits ambitious attitude, Dr. Niranjan Hiranandani has been conferred with a leadership role across various prominent business organizations and apex chambers by the several Indian pundits. He has been instrumental in his leadership and advisory roles in various industrial bodies, WIS, MCHI, IMC, FICCI, and Confederation of Real Estate Development and Association, India. He has been a member of study group of Slum Rehabilitation Scheme by Government of Maharashtra. He's been the convener of key group representing business communities in United Nations Conference on Human Settlements. Also, he's been a member of working group on urban housing for the 9th five-year plan. Accredited as one of the most influential Indian developers to the industry thought leader, there is much more to add to his profile. On his philanthropical side, the role unveils his charitable social commitment as a responsible citizen of nation. He is a trustee of 17 colleges and 8 schools under Hyderabad Sindh National Collegiate Board. He is the provost of HSNC University and runs Vocational Skills Center in Mumbai. Sir is also a trustee of 2 hospitals and 3 temples as a part of his charity initiative. Sir, may I request you to kindly deliver your inaugural address.
Ashu, thank you so much for this extensive CV. I think I'd get a job by the time you finish your speech. But thank you so much for all the introduction. It was really too much. My heartiest congratulations to KC College, Principal Dr. Bagla. Wonderful programs that you have been always doing. My heartiest congratulations on this one in a very special way. Wonderful to have Mr. Isaac Kesmikar with us. I respect you, sir, and I'm so delighted that you have been able to spare time to come over here. I'm also a fervent lover of the changes that you have brought about and the thought-provoking changes that you have brought about. So I'm especially glad to see you over here today in this particular program. Heartiest congratulations to all the KC College group, which is fantastic. You've done a great job. Dr. Shalini Sinha, Dr. Sagrika Damble, Dr. Padi, Dr. Justin, and of course the entire team, Yogita Shinde and Padmaja Pai, all of you, my heartiest congratulations. Rightfully, Principal Bagla said, the problem is here and now. We don't have to wait for the future. The changes are taking place. Climatic change has taken place. All the aspects of change, which is going to cause disaster, increase the level of the seas, which will grab and take over the lands, is there. A lot of rivers are in floods because of the deforestation that has taken place in India and in the rest of the world. However, there is a positive note. The positive note is the CFA's climate change conferences, which are now taking place called by the United Nations in the 1992 United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. A consensus was made up in order to do it. This was again supported by the 2015 Paris Agreement, which took place. And again, we have conferences which are going to take place on the 31st of October to the 12th of November this year. So I think the recognition is taking place and a lot of changes are taking place which are there. We have major issues which are going to take place. One, we are expecting that the temperature of the world is going to increase by mid-century by about 1.5 degrees, which means that a lot of the Arctic and Antarctic is likely to melt, which will raise the level of the seas to disaster limits. However, the world now plans to see that certain fuels like coal is brought about and reduced in order to be substituted by various other renewable energy forces like solar, wind energy, and the other aspects which are actually carbon neutral in sense. Also, the idea to curb deforestation. However, I don't think that is sufficient. We really have to create forestation. So it's important. Diesel fuel, which causes a carbon footprint, which is very dangerous and negative. Shifting to electrical vehicles, where generation of electricity is done by alternative means. And of course, the great investments into renewables that we really need to do. So what we really need to think and do is to see that we create various warning systems in order to see that all the activity that we are doing. India needs development. The development world needs development in order to bring people out of poverty. But that does not mean that we need to jump from good development and cause a problem in terms of environment. China and the Western countries, which have huge development potential, are causing the maximum negative effect to the environment. And I think they also owe it a duty. However, our beloved Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, has committed himself in order to speed up the issue of taking care of the environment. And you see lots of instructions being given down the line where the government has decided that sooner or later, the country will shift to electrical vehicles, maybe by the end of the decade. And after some time, the other vehicles will actually be phased out over a period of time. So all this and more is taking place. Couple of things which I think we need to flag off. Each person in our country, 130 crore per population, should learn to plant at least one tree every year. I'm not saying that it is possible to do so for the poverty-stricken people or the junior people, but I think we can do a lot. For instance, in our board colleges, we have 45,000 students in our colleges. If each student could just put one tree every year and see that it is grown, we will have done in a decade 5 lakh trees. All these activities can be taking place. For instance, in our project in Powai, which is 250 acres of development, we have 75 acres of gardens and forests. 27 acres are thick forests with trees which are 40 feet tall plus. All this is idea with recycling of water, which we do 4 million liters per day. We do rainwater harvesting and all these activities. So when we talk about climate change, it is not only about the governments that we need to think about. It is how can we ourselves do something to do it. Planting trees, looking at recycling of water, conserving the use of water, which is very, very important, to see all these activities which can be done by individual people, I think will brought about a sensitivity to each student of our schools and colleges, which will bring about a change in terms of it. People like our chief guest, Mr. Isaac, will actually encourage with his stories of excellence in terms of commitment to the environment, will encourage people of our educational institutions, our country, and our people in terms of making a social change in order to improve the environment. Hence, I congratulate KC College, the Department of Science, all the other students who have gathered here, the teachers, and also especially the principal, who is also now the Vice Chancellor of HSNC University, for organizing this program and raising the bar on the issue of climate change. More and more of this is better for us. And the more we bring it and bring it to the notice of the people of how this change and improvement can be done by not them, but to be done by us. The mirror is extremely important to learn. And I'm looking forward to Mr. Isaac's speech to give us ideas and thoughts process, also at the macro level, which the government only can do, but at the micro level, where we too can do something and contribute. And what you are doing at KC College is worthy of it. My congratulations once again, my salams to each and every one of you who does and puts that little bit of climate change. Let us each plant at least one tree every year and nurture it to fulfillment. You will become individually a carbon neutral person before the end of your life and leave it for the next generations who will benefit from the change. My best wishes to each and every one of you at this particular time, and looking forward to a wonderful Dussehra and Diwali festivity that you will all enjoy. Thank you and congratulations once again.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. Over to you, host.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Principal Ma'am and Hiranandani sir, for your informative, kind, motivating, and supportive words. It is great to have you by our side, supporting us, inspiring us in all the deeds that we do. And thank you, Ashu ma'am. Now, before inviting Dr. Sagrika Damle, Coordinator DBT Star Status, KC College, to give us a brief overview of RCRCG, I would like to request the tech team to play the RCRCG concept video.
The natural world is filled with mysteries and miracles. Magnificent scenes of sheer awe and wonder.
Waves of the ocean that travel thousands of miles to meet the shore. Sun setting at the horizon, the call of the cuckoo and that blossoming flower. Inspiring humans in their journey from cave paintings to modern art.
Somewhere along the way, we took the wrong turn. With man at the center of the universe, greed took over. Ambition made us abandon all sanity.
Blazing forests to melting glaciers. It took us too long to realize that we are not on the right path. Then we hit the snooze button as waves crash into our homes and smoke engulfs our families. Can we still not feel the hurt we have caused?
Is it truly all lost? Or is this one last chance to travel the road less taken? For it will make all the difference.
With dedication and clear mission in our minds, we are positive. We can turn around the adversity man has created.
Nature will bloom to its pinnacle of beauty once again.
The task in our hands is difficult, but not impossible. So,
Join us in our mission to save the world.
Join us in our mission to restore, recharge, and redevelop a greener Earth.
Together, we can reroute our planet to its lost glow. Let us reroute code red to code green. The natural world is
Thank you, Mansi. Mata Bhumihi Putroham Prithivya. A very good evening to Honorable Provost Dr. Niranjan Hiranandani, Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Hemlata Bagla, esteemed guest for the day, Isaac Khimkar sir, and other dignitaries who are our own faculty, students, and all the media persons who are covering today's event. According to this quote from Atharva Ved, the earth is our mother and we are all her children, with all species on earth related to each other by a common ancestral thread. If we human beings consider ourselves to be the most evolved superior being amongst all, then it's our moral responsibility to protect and nurture our siblings across the species. But are we really taking our role seriously enough? The young minds in their formative years are often searching for answers to such basic yet disturbing questions. And therefore, it came as no surprise when these environmentally conscious students of KC College, HSNC University reacted to the Code Red alert issued by the United Nations Committee on Climate Change on 9th August 2021. As our dear Google app reroutes us our roadmap if we take a wrong turn, the idea of rerouting from Code Red to Code Green, ably supported by our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Hemlata ma'am, got deeply anchored in our students' mind and flourished in the form of multiple activities in a very short time. The video we just saw, made by our students, would stand testimony of their involvement for this cause. Responding to the news of 6 billion kgs of garbage being dumped in ocean every year, one of our activity conducted was Know Your Plastics. The e-waste management activity were based on the news of an alarming 53.6 million tons of e-waste being generated in 2020, out of which only 17.4% is recycled. Today's curtain raiser is the outcome of the efforts taken by the youth of KC in their attempt to contribute in reverting the Code Red to Code Green from local to global, that is at local level. From the Honorable Vice Chancellor Madam to our Provost Hiranandani sir, from our President Kishu Mansukhani sir to the Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi, if all are expressing concern yet have hope for your young Indians, it's a promising sign towards the success of making a difference with our concentrated efforts in restoring, recharging, and redeveloping our Mother Earth. I would like to express our immense pleasure and gratitude towards the KC family and each and every external participant who has joined today as they are witnessing flagging off of a mega activity in the history of KC College and HSNC University. I congratulate the students who are at the helm of this mega movement, because it's you all, our young friends, who would be marching ahead with the dream of better India, which will soon become a reality. Let's hope and pray that our united efforts would bring sustainability and peace, not only to our country, but to the whole world. I pray to Mother Nature to bless our journey. Shubhaste Santu Panthanaha. अपना सफर कामयाब रहे. धन्यवाद.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for providing us with your valuable insights on the RCRCG initiative. Now, I would like to invite Vice Principal of Science Faculty, KC College, Dr. Tejashree Shanbag, to give the introduction of our illustrious keynote speaker, Mr. Isaac Khimkar, sir.
Thank you, Mansi. Good evening to all. Today we have amongst us Isaac David Khimkar, an Indian naturalist, photographer, author, teacher, and sir has an illustrious career in lepidopterology, study of butterfly. Sir has been a recipient of Fulbright Fellowship 2008. He has to his credit awards like the Century Green Teacher Award 2014 and Kirloskar Vasundhara Award 2015. Sir retired from BNHS, that is Bombay Natural History Society, in 2017 as a Deputy Director. Presently, Sir is the Chairman and Director of iNature Watch Foundation, Navi Mumbai, and as partner in Ladybird Environmental Consulting LLP. Sir is elected member of BNHS Governing Council. He's the consulting editor of Hornbill, the BNHS magazine. He has written books on nature, which include Moths and Introduction, Common Butterflies of India, Incredible Nests, Insects, Common Indian Wildflowers, Book of Indian Butterflies, Butterflies of India, a Field Guide, Introduction to Marine and Coastal Biodiversity of Maharashtra. This book is in English and Marathi. Sir specializes in designing and setting up butterfly parks and gardens in India. Since his last book, the Book of Indian Butterflies, which eventually became a BNHS bestseller, Butterflying in India has been revolutionized. Isaac Khemkar, often affectionately called as Principal Ma'am also mentioned, the butterfly man of India, placed the power of knowledge in the hands of amateur who started chasing and photographing the winged jewels like never before. His ease of connecting with the masses struck the chord in such a way that after his book's launch, there was a spurt of field guides on local butterflies across the country. Sir has around 15,000 followers on social media. Many of us may be your followers, sir, too. Sir, I'm sure we all are eagerly waiting for listening to you, sir. So please, the center stage is yours now. Thank you. Over to you, Mansi. Sir. Sir, can you please start? Yeah, thank you.
Yes, first of all, Dr. Hiranandani, my greetings to you and special compliments to Dr. Hemlata Bagla for this kind of initiating and supporting this kind of initiative, which is not always easy and usually not every college can afford in this kind of times. But you have done it. So I must first of all congratulate. And these are what are required, initiatives at this stage where you are nurturing the young generation. And friends, my generation stands before you as guilty. My generation is guilty because we are handing over a planet to you, which we have spoiled. We have poisoned the earth. We have cut down the trees. We have grabbed land and what not we have done to this planet. And we are going to hand over this planet to you. And that's the reason I plead guilty. I plead guilty in behalf of my generation because we have possibly not taken good care of this planet. But I hope you forgive and possibly you don't make the same mistake that we have done. We have been terrible, terrible people. And you must have realized that, all this kind of situation has put us, mankind, in danger. Today, you must have realized how fragile we are, humans, in this pandemic. How fragile we are. We can die like flies. Something happens. We are not resilient as other animals and birds. They can possibly come back, but we might not. And who is responsible? We ourselves. Today I can't eat palak in Mumbai. Palak, spinach, is my favorite vegetable, but I can't eat. It's nutritious. Because IIT Powai has found that 87% of palak has lead, mercury, and cadmium. Now, where this carcinogenic element, heavy metal came? They came from the gutter water that was irrigated to this palak that will go along the rail lines and other places. I can't eat fish in Mumbai because some of the fishes smell of kerosene. Who has dumped? All that we dumped in the gutters and all the filth we dumped, all the big companies who dumped without treating their waste, their poisonous toxic waste, they dumped in the seas and closed their eyes that nothing will happen. And what happened? That came to the dinner plates. Now what we threw in the gutters have come back to our dinner plates. Because this earth is just one small planet. We can't throw it out of this atmosphere or stratosphere also. It has to come back to us, and we are just one web of life. Whatever you throw, it has to come back, and just come back with a premium. So now we are trying to go back organic. We are trying to redeem our, but this kind of damage you have done to the planet Earth is not going to spare anybody, rich or poor, is not going to, it's going to reach to everybody to the dinner plates, and it has done it. That's the reason I can't, when I go out of Mumbai, I eat palak, and I go to Goa or some other places where there are no chemical factories or where there are no effluents discharges, where I can't smell kerosene in the fish, I eat. So this is what has happened. So friends, finally, as Dr. Hiranandani mentioned that yes, if each person actually decides to actually plant one tree in their lifetime and nurture it, I think that could be a best solution. Because for this climate change, which is threatening us actually, this is a one, trees can save us, the greenery around, of course. And of course, we have to plant trees which are native to India, not the exotic ones, the native to India, the jamun, the people, the banyan, the terminalias. So those have, and I've seen, I think when I've been to Powai Gardens also, there have been very native trees have been planted, and that initiatives everybody should follow. So that is what is important, that having greenery around. You know, when I get up in the morning, I have my morning chai. I have planted a garden around my balcony, you know, my areas, balconies and my windowsills. These are all butterfly garden plants, butterfly plants and bird, you know, they are flowers. They are not roses, no dahlias, no chrysanthemums, but they are the plants we attract birds and butterflies. So morning when I have chai, the sunbirds come and chirp, and that's how I begin my morning. And then when the sun comes and I'm at home, then you will see the butterflies flying around. Actually, that assures me that I'm going to be safe, because so far as the birds are singing and the butterflies are flying around you, that means all is well. The moment they stop singing and they stop flying means you are the next. So that is, you know, because we are all interlinked. We are not different. We are not out of this web. We are part of this web. Anything goes wrong, we are going to get at the end. And possibly human being is the most fragile species. We have multiplied like flies, but we can also perish like flies. So we have to be very careful, and we have done it with our own greed. We have destroyed the forest. You know, forest is what? Forest is not for birds and butterflies. It's for us, our future. Forest is, you know, jungle ki maa hai. Forest is where the fresh water, the rivers are born, the mountains like the Western Ghats, the Paschim Ghat. It's not for birds and butterflies and beautiful flowers. It's for because these are the catchment areas. We have to protect it, not for birds and butterflies, because this fresh water is for us. You can just imagine in Mumbai, if you don't get fresh water to your tap for one day, you'll go crazy. And how much bottled water you can drink. So water is very important for civilizations. Water has also, the lack of water has, I've seen cities, I've been to Gujarat and saw an old city, which was once a flourishing city, but it has suddenly become a desert ghost town because the river disappeared. So fresh water is very important. Now, where do the fresh water come? Not from the taps. It comes from the forest. Forest is where the rivers are born. The mountains are where the rivers are born. So we have to protect this. This is the backup system. And the forests are also the gene pools. You know, your dal chawal. Where do you get the dal chawal, chicken, mutton? Even that has come. That has come from forest. The mother of poultry is the grey jungle fowl that is found in the South Indian forest. Even the world entire poultry industry dies of some disease, we still have the grey jungle fowl in our jungles. We can get back our poultry industry from that wild fowl. The wild buffalo in Assam, all the buffaloes of the world died. We can still get our buffalo farming from our gene pool we have in Assam. So these are the wild animals which jungles hold, and these are the backups. You know, when you are working on a computer, when you have got important data, what do? You back up the data. And you back up on a different drive. Forests are the backups. And because, you know, there was a disease in some time back on bananas. When bananas stopped growing after growing 1 feet, they all became bonsai bananas. And then the people found he's suffering from a virus disease, and that was destroying the banana plantation. But then they saw in the forest that the wild bananas are not suffering. So they got back the immunity of the wild bananas, and then they could possibly cure the disease of the bananas. So finally, our lot of solution lies in the forest, the gene pools, the medicinal plants. The kind of medicinal plants we get from the Himalayas is immeasurable. But then this is a capital we should spend wisely. This is a very important capital, and we have to spend very, very wisely. Don't throw it and spend it carelessly, because once lost, then it will be very difficult to recover. So that is one thing. And climate change, I've been studying butterflies, and butterflies are very sensitive to climate change. The moment, and we have, us human beings now, we have to see on a mobile app about the climate, the weather, whether it's going to rain tomorrow or the next week. We have to see this app. We have lost all that sensitivities, which once we had, because we have lost the touch of the earth. Tell me, how many of you last time touched the earth? Tell me, when was the last time you walked barefoot on the earth? Tell me when last time you touched the soil and you planted a tree. Tell me, can you remember? We have lost touch with the Mother Earth, and we are the guilty children of Mother Earth. We stand before her that we have not taken care of our Mother Earth. So that is what I tell, that finally we have to take care of this planet. There is nowhere else to go. So I was talking about butterflies, that butterflies are so sensitive. I was in Corbett National Park, and I could see that a lot of butterflies are coming down from the hills. Corbett National Park in the foothills of Himalayas, and so many butterflies coming down. I realized what is happening suddenly. Then I realized that it's becoming chill. I was feeling the cold. Already on the heights, it was much colder. So the butterflies on the top were coming down. And next day when I went there, all the butterflies had gone. Because now it was warm again. So butterflies are very, very sensitive to this climate change and to weather changes. And they immediately leave the place where it is not conducive. Even butterflies migrate. When the rains come, they don't like too much rains. So butterflies from Western Ghats migrate to Eastern Ghats. And they actually tell us where the rains is going to be more or rains are going to be less. So these are the telltale signs we have to look. Reading nature is an art and science which possibly we have lost. And possibly, I don't know whether we are able to regain it, but some of us possibly can have to cultivate it again. Of course, we have so many apps around that we have lost our own sensitivities. So butterflies and birds, every year the birds come and every year the birds go. They also sense this climate change and they can sense the weather. The flamingos come from Kutch where they breed, and then they come to Mumbai, spend the time, and they wait for the rains to start in Kutch. When it starts in Kutch, they leave Mumbai because they don't breed in Mumbai. They have to wait for the rains to reach Kutch, and they will go to the run of Kutch there to breed. And next year, they'll raise their babies and they'll come back with the babies to Mumbai again. But that's the time they select. The trees will flower at certain times only. But now I realize the trees are flowering at different times. Usually, the Indian laburnum, the yellow flowers, your golden shower, used to flower around the Onam festival. Now it flowers much before. What has gone haywire suddenly? I think we are responsible. The kind of emissions, we don't have the emission control. We don't have the kind of air, water we have polluted. So that's the reason then what do you say about it? Okay, what can I do? Let the government do. Well, I'm not responsible. But yes, you can actually. You can start from your garbage, right? From how much garbage each of us generate. So much of packing comes to us, so much boxes come. And where do we throw? We just put in the garbage. I have done in my sitting hall. I have put up a box, iron box. It has. I have not put it in the kitchen, but I put it in my hall because I can show people that it doesn't stink. I put all my wet kitchen garbage in that box, and I got partners in that box. Earthworms. Earthworms actually process my garbage within 15 days, and I get a good big black powder manure and doesn't smell. This doesn't smell. That's why I put them in my living room so people can see it. I'm not hidden it somewhere else because it stinks. No, it doesn't stink, and it gives me a good manure for our plants. So this is, and then whatever my glass paper is there, I give it to an NGO who are recycling it. So we have to do this all our own initiative. Don't wait for the government to do it and they should come and pick garbage. No, it is each one's a responsibility because we are a global citizen of this earth and children of this earth, and we have to take care of this. Otherwise, there is no end to it, and we will end up with something that will possibly be beyond our control. And already we have seen situations where humans were unable to control, say of the fires and the floods and of the disease. We have seen it, that they go out of hands, and we just stand as the helpless spectators watching it happening. Earlier when COVID came, I saw what is happening to somebody else, but then I started seeing that my own relatives, my own friends started dying. Then I got scared. I think that situation is very scary. and we are responsible for it, and we should take care of it. Because I'm not scaring you as friends, but I'm very happy that the next generation, what initiative you have taken is very, very good. Instead of taking something else, you have taken this initiative, which is very important, and that is the need of the hour now. Because first of all, we have to be healthy enough. We have to have a healthy environment. We have to breathe good air. The quality of life we have to enjoy. Otherwise, staying in cramped places, polluted areas, what's the use of it? And trying to earn money. What the money is going to do if you have a bad health? So first of all, good environment, healthy environment, a lot of greenery around, a lot of trees around, butterflies flying, birds singing. And that is a paradise we have to bring back and live. And friends, I'm sure with your initiatives, I think you can do it. And I'm happy that the next generation is smarter, and you will possibly do it, which possibly we failed. And that's the reason I stand guilty before you. Friends, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for the thought-provoking talk that you gave to us just now. And I think we all are, as you said, our generation is all responsible for not keeping the climate safe, and the initiative that is taken by the students of our college and all the youngsters. I think it's very important that they come forth and do the work that will save the planet. And the little bit that they put forth for it, in the thing that you mentioned about water is so very important. One day BMC says that water is not going to be there for 24 hours, and we all panic. Like, yes, we'll say, yeah, we start saying that what's going to happen? Where is the water for cooking? Where's water for drinking? And we start getting Bisleri bottles, etc. Yeah, this is an. I remember one of the movies that was done by Abdul Kalam ji. There was what will be the fate of the earth by 2050 or 2070, where he said that there would be a war for water. That's, we know that there's going to be war for water, and all the nations are going to fight for it. Thank you, sir, for that thought-provoking talk. Like, it was too very good. I think the youngsters over here, and we all adults also who are here, the teachers, have, I mean, it has ignited a little, maybe something which will help us. Like, we all will do a good deed to save the planet. Thank you so very much for that talk. Now I request you to declare the rerouting from Code Red to Code Green 21 curtain raised and inaugurated.
Yes, thank you. So friends, yeah, that's the reason I wore this green shirt, actually, so that I can inaugurate the. See, so I hereby declare to inaugurate this Code Red to Code Green, and wish you the very best. And I'm sure you are going to do best. And the initiative you have taken, I think that is going to prove, so much of something sort of iconic, and possibly a lot of other colleges, other institutions are going to follow you, and you will possibly the leader. And I'm happy that you are taking a lead in it, and you should be the leaders. Why not? And take the lead and lead others to the best way we can find for all of us. Thank you so much. Best of luck and best wishes. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. But I think we are going to be in touch with you a lot, sure, many more times further, because we'll need your help in this particular process. Thank you so very much, sir.
Thank you.
I now invite Dr. Ashu Vajpayee to take the program ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. As we embark our journey for rerouting from Code Red to Code Green, we have with us many well-wishers who have extended their support and blessings to guide us for this initiative. One of the most important well-wishers, Mr. Kishu Mansakhani, the President of Hyderabad Sindh National Collegiate Board, and philanthropist and educationist who has always stood to support us in our endeavors, has sent his best wishes. May I request Monish to play the video, please?
I'm sure we all love our Mother Nature. We always look forward to spending some beautiful moments amongst lush green meadows, cascading waterfalls, and high mountain, breathing in the fresh air. We are, but are we respecting Mother Nature? Are our actions helping our Mother Nature and replenishing, depleting resources? Are our cities clean and green, responding to the Code Red alert of humanity sent out by United Nations Climate Change Committee? The students of KC College at HNCB University have come forward to generate awareness amongst the population regarding nature conservation in an extravaganza of activities aptly named rerouting from red code to code green. We the humans have taken a wrong route that would soon lead to the destruction and need to reroute ourselves to reach the destination of safe and green planet Earth. Plethora of the activities spreading over here are planned by this young brigade of KC that is going local from local to green local. Activities ranging from interesting competition, skill building workshops, knowledgeable webinars, and conclaves would address various issues and solutions related to restoration of cleaner and greener environment. I found some of the amazing events and various social media, and I'm in. Are you going to join us and make a difference so that you and me and our next generation can be proud of all of us? So, what you are going and waiting for? Let us wish this Green KC Brigade the very best in rerouting code red to code green. Let us youth of India lead this world into a better tomorrow. God bless you all. Jai Hind, Jai Jhulelal.
Thank you, Ashu ma'am, and I extend my gratitude to Mansukhani sir for his stimulating speech that came to us through this video clip. I would now like to call upon a student representative of RCRCG 21, Ms. Kelly Negrel from the Life Science Department to say a few words.
Thank you, Padmaja. Good evening to everyone. I'm Kelly Nigral, a student representative of RCRCG 21, which we all know now is a movement set forth by our students of KC College, HSNC University, in a bid to reverse the code red status given to the Earth and humanity by the United Nations Climate Change Committee in August 2021. To respond to this code red alert, to safeguard our planet from further degradation, to nurture this magnificent nature, and to protect ourselves, we students of KC College have embarked on a journey to make a difference with our actions, a journey where we can reach out to as many people, inspiring them, spreading awareness, and coming out with definitive solutions to reroute from code red to code green. This code red signifies that now is the only moment to act. We have to do something now when saving the Earth is still possible. We wish to spread the message that if all of us contribute and do our part, we can still change the current situation. The efforts required are almost superhuman, but we believe that if people, especially the youth across the world, pitch in, we can accomplish our goal of restoring, recharging, and redeveloping our Earth. Every thought, every idea, every action can make a difference, and the activities that we have included in RCRCG stand testimony to this belief. We students of KC College have brainstormed and devised a set of unique activities, drawing youth from all over the world. The effective use of social media platforms has helped us spread our appeal among people to join our movement of rerouting from code red to code green. Our idea is already being supported by several scientists, NGOs, print media, and celebrities. This support has been boosting our morale and motivating us to take better actions. So I invite each of you present here to join us in our mission, to be with us in this journey and to help us change the world. Now I request Nihima, Nishna, and Nandana to share a glimpse of all the activities conducted and proposed by KC College under RCRCG 21. Thank you.
Mahima, can you begin?
A very good evening. A very good evening, one and all present here. They say every contribution, no matter how small, is significant. We are taking you on a journey of events conducted and proposed by all departments and clubs of KC College. We invite you all to come and join hands in making them successful. Next slide, please. Let us begin with the Department of Biotechnology. Eco Ganesha was the first event conducted by the Department of Biotechnology for RCRCG 21. It was a reel-making competition, included innovative decoration for Ganpati, rustic idol making, and indoor Ganpati. Considering the pollution generated due to the synthetic colors, plaster of Paris, and thermocol, the activity aimed at encouraging people to go eco-friendly while maintaining the zest and fervor of the festival. Next slide. Biotechnology department has joined hands with microbiology, computer science, and NSS to organize a webinar on Green Campus to create awareness about different approaches which are established as directions towards green composting, cloud computing, and more. The department will also conduct a webinar on vermicomposting in collaboration with microbiology and NSS. Next slide, please. Now we move to the biggest department of KC College, the Department of Chemistry. The department had organized a national level webinar on zero waste management on 9th October. The webinar had participants from Delhi, Patna, Haryana, Allahabad, and many more places. Next slide, please. In coming days, department has planned Trash to Treasure, a hands-on activity to generate awareness about for the 3R mantra. Track Your Plant, a hands-on activity where participants will understand the importance of plantation. Reality to Reel is a short film or documentary making competition to generate awareness for the current environmental situations. The interdepartmental events include international webinar along with stats and intercollegiate quiz along with stats. Along with KCEC, the department has organized a webinar on waste management. Next slide. Let us now move to the Department of Computer Science. The department has an ongoing activity, Best Out of E-Waste, which addresses the issue of e-waste management. Next slide. One of the interesting activity of the department is a short film and webinar on Think Before You Trash It. As mentioned earlier, the department is collaborating with microbiology and biotechnology for a webinar on Green Campus. Next slide, please. The Department of IT is planning an event, Creative Minds, a video and digital poster making contest to generate novel ideas for the reduction of crises related to global health. Next slide.
Next slide, please. The Department of Life Sciences has already contributed to this cause with two unique events. They are Memathon, a meme-making competition based on the theme Reversing the Code Red. This competition has generated many creative and humorous memes on various environmental concerns, which have been graded and awarded prizes. The essay writing competition is being conducted in 4 different languages and has received over 200 participant entries. Next slide, please. The events planned in future are Through Our Lens, a documentary and short filmmaking competition, Conservation Strategies Need of the Hour, a workshop to explain the concept of sustainable development, Solve It, a competition for finding solutions to real-world environmental concerns. The department has collaborated with Mathematics, Statistics, and KCEC in organizing an international level lecture series on analyzing and finding solutions to environmental issues. Next slide, please. Moving further to the Department of Mathematics. The events proposed to be conducted by the Department of Mathematics are International Lecture Series on Analyzing and Finding Solutions to Environmental Issues using Mathematics and Statistics in collaboration with the Department of Life Sciences, Statistics, and KCs. Lecture Series on Finding Solutions to Environmental Issues by the Historical Study of the Same in collaboration with the Department of History and KCEC. Next slide, please. The Department of Microbiology has conducted a webinar on Know Your Plastic in collaboration with the NGO R. Nisarg Foundation on 28 September 2021, which was attended by various undergraduates, postgraduates, and faculty across colleges in Mumbai. Next slide, please. The collaborative activities of the department include an invited lecture on awareness regarding vermicomposting in collaboration with the Department of Biotechnology and NSS, conducted on 7th October 2021, which was attended by a total of 144 participants. The department further plans on organizing a lecture on e-waste management in collaboration with the Department of Computer Science. Next slide, please. Let us have a glimpse of the activities by the Department of Statistics. The Department of Statistics has conducted its first activity, Oh My Garden, a national level organic gardening competition from 27 September to 7th October 2021 in an attempt to encourage people about organic gardening. It received entries across India from Jammu to Rudrapur. The department plans on conducting other activities such as dashboard making competition for environmental data. Next slide, please. Awareness talk on mask and sanitary product management, debate competition on the topic environment protection now or never. Next slide, please. The collaborative activities include 2 activities with Department of Chemistry and 1 with Department of Life Sciences, Mathematics, and KCEC. They include an international webinar on evolution of oil and gas industries to meet climate change challenges, and an intercollegiate quiz competition, both in association with the Department of Chemistry. International lecture series on analyzing and finding solutions to environmental issues using mathematics and statistics in association with the Departments of Life Sciences, Mathematics, and KCs.
These are the flyers of a few interdepartmental activities that have been planned or already conducted under RCRCG. Next slide, please. The different non-academic clubs and associations of KC College have participated in this noble cause, planning various events and activities. Let us have a glance through this. Next slide, please. The KC College Environment Committee has planned an event, a webinar on waste management for a better tomorrow on 12th of October. Next slide, please. The committee will be organizing collaborative events with different departments of the college. In collaboration with Mathematics Department, the committee is conducting a national level cartoon making competition, and the theme for the same is Change in Human Approach to Nature Due to Pandemic. Simultaneously, a national level song composing competition is being held, and the theme for the same is My Environmental Song, which focuses on increasing the awareness on environmental issues. Next slide, please. The Marathi Mandal of KC College had organized a beach cleanup activity post Ganpati Visarjan in collaboration with Changes Us and CFINS. The association is also planning a state-level intercollegiate festival, My Marathi 2022, to popularize the theme Rerouting from Code Red to Code Green and create awareness in the form of literary and performing arts. Next slide, please. The Nature Club has planned the following events. Captured, which is a photography competition. The photos will connect the viewers to the dire situation the world is facing. Another competition under Nature Club is the Ink Tales, which is comic strip making competition. It will aid in imagining a newer and a better world and send the message that nature is formidable, but yet also fragile. Another event planned is Little Stories, Big Ideas, where participants will be able to express their thoughts by storytelling and simultaneously enhance their critical thinking and communication skills. Another event is the Bird Log, which is the activity of bird watching. It will be an event through which the viewers will appreciate the nature, which is usually subjected to ignorance, and by being motivated from the stillness of the bird, they will be recharged and refreshed. Next slide, please. We believe that teamwork is the key to success. Here I present you the head of the departments and the respective teacher and student in charge who have collated their expertise and knowledge to host valuable events. With that, we come to an end of the presentation showcasing the activities conducted under RCRCG. I would now request our host for the day to take this further.
Thank you, Kelly, for explaining us the student's role so beautifully. And I would also like to appreciate the effort of the entire presentation team for giving us the glimpses of the events forthcoming, as it will bring more ideas and activities in the days to come. Next, I would like to request Dr. Mayuresh Joshi, Assistant Professor from Department of Life Sciences, to announce the results of the activities conducted under RCRCG 21.
Good evening. That will be my pleasure to organize. So it's not just about planned activities. We have already started. And hence, we have already done 3 major activities wherein we have our the winners that we need to disclose today. Host, can we have the next slide, please? So the first activity that we are disclosing today is by the Department of Biotechnology, Eco Ganesha, a very authentic activity to start the whole campaign about ecology. Ganesha, the big festival that we had, and promoting Eco Ganesha is the much greener way of actually carrying out the festival again. So we have, for innovative decorations, we have the winner Soumya Sinha from KC College. For the rustic idol concept, we have the winner as Sakshi Parathe, again from KC College. Indoor Ganpati Visarjan, people had to put up their videos on this on the Insta reel, and we have the winner Soumya for her for the Visarjan that they completed. And Rustic Idol runner-up we have here is Anchal Yadav from RJ College. So heartiest congratulations for all the winners in the current in this competition first year. Can we have the next slide, please? Yes, another activity was carried out, an interesting activity by the Department of Sciences, Life Sciences, was Memathon, wherein the whole fad of memes which has come up, was used to promote, to actually go through Instagram, using Instagram as a platform for reach, and to promote this idea of what is climate change, how it is going to happen. And these are the winners. We have 3 best meme winners here. The first place being Nikita Giri. And you can see the beautiful concept of trying to reach a friend in 2050. And the second place goes to Fariha Faisal for her concept and her meme about nature's karma and how it would be bouncing back then. The third place to Lien for her use of the photograph and, sending out a very strong message. We also had 2 more winners in this category. One was Aisha Khatri for 2,480 reach, the maximum reach that Instagram provided. Okay, and that is heartiest congratulations for that. And Saleh Khan for the maximum likes, wherein you can actually say it's a very beautiful idea that he has explained through this meme. Heartiest congratulations once again. Host, can we have the next slide, please? The third event that we completed was Department of Statistics, the event called as Oh My Garden, an organic garden competition. Again, a very critical target for this whole event. An organic garden competition. We got entries from all across, and we have Mrs. Veena Mulje from Pune, who won the prize. The first runner-up goes to Mrs. Sarita Patil from Kalyan for her organic garden. Second runner-up to Prachi Palde from Kalyan, Maharashtra for her design and her garden. And of course, a special consolation prize to Mr. Naresh Parange from Roha, Maharashtra for his efforts in developing his organic garden. Heartiest congratulations to all of you. Can we have the next slide, please? A few more people to thank before I take your leave. the event is not just only about the college anymore. With Instagram, with the social media, we have celebrities who have joined with us and have taken it on themselves to even provide shout outs on Instagram. So huge thank you for all the celebrities. We have Mr. Rohit Falke, Ms. Madhura Joshi, Mr. Siddharth Banerjee, Mr. Gurudatta Divekar, Ms. Bhagyashree Dalvi, Mr. Soundarya Sheth, and of course the famous comedian Mr. Samir Chaudhary, who have posted their shout outs on Instagram and actually taken a big role in making this competition reach to people and providing important backup to what we have been doing. Like it's supporting to our activities, and huge thank you to them also. Can we have the next slide, please? Few more people that we need to thank also. One is, of course, print media coverage that was provided by Appala Mahanagar, who got this small note in their paper to tell people about the astute event or the whole yearly theme that our college is starting. And of course, Isamna, wherein they also have provided their clipit or they have printed that clipit for us, providing more coverage and sending this information to people so that maximum can get aware, that information spreads to people and people can get benefited by the activity. Not the students, but as the aim of RCRCG is that it wants to reach from not just the local but to the global level, be global. So thank you so much for your media coverage also. Host, I think it's back to you. Can we have the next slide, please?
Thank you so much, Mayuresh sir, and congratulations to all the winners on their well-deserved success. Now, I would like to invite our Vice Principal, Students Affairs and Convener of CPCA, Dr. Shalini Sinha, for explaining the role of DBT STAR program in RCRCG 21.
Thank you so much, Padmaja. A very good evening to each one of you present over here. I would like to, first of all, say that this is such a momentous event. It is an absolutely momentous event with so many people joining together, and this is just the curtain raiser. We are going to take it forward and with more and more people joining in. Our Honorable Provost, Dr. Niranjan Hiranandani, and our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Hemlata Bagla, have sounded grave notes of warning. But it was basically Mr. Kehimkar who is the one who has actually told us, he has given us the code alert. I want to tell you, sir, that now even I am not going to eat spinach any longer while I'm in Mumbai. You have really scared us. And the next thought then is, how many things are we going to leave in this way? Because I'm sure it's not just spinach, but it's also so many other vegetables that have been spoiled by the way in which we are looking and the way in which we are treating our Mother Earth. So thank you so much for that really grave sound that you gave us of code alert. You also raised this issue about not many colleges are able to organize such events. Let me tell you that we are able to organize such events because, number one, we have the great vision of our management, the leadership of all our principals, the dedication of our teachers, and the sincerity of our students. That is the one thing that we have in KC College, because of which we are able to organize events of any scale. But added to all of this is the support that is given to us by DBT, Department of Biotechnology. They have funded us with two schemes. The first one is STAR Status, and the second one is STAR Scheme. The STAR Status comes to 5 departments of KC College, which is headed, the coordinator of that is Dr. Sagarika Damle. They used to be STAR Scheme 3 years ago, but they did such exemplary work that they were upgraded and they were given the STAR Status. And looking at them, being inspired by them, and also being inspired by Dr. Sagarika Damle, who was the one who really wanted all the other departments also to join in. Hence came the 4 other departments of KC College. That is the Department of Computer Science, Department of Information Technology, Department of Mathematics, and Department of Physics, which also applied and were fortunate enough to get the STAR Scheme. So I'm very happy to tell you that all 9 departments of sciences at KC College are under the DBT schemes. We are funded by them, and that is what really helps us to get people of all statures, people of all fields, people who are really knowledgeable, really skilled to come and address our students. So I would really like to give a note of gratitude to DBT. It is DBT that has inspired us. It is DBT that has taught us to think big. We now don't do anything small over here. We always want to think big. We always want to do something that will have a huge impact. And this is one such event that has come to us because of the graciousness, because of the grant and the support and the encouragement that DBT gives to the colleges of the country. So I would just like to tell everyone that please move forward. Now, this is just the curtain raiser, but we've already seemed to have covered a lot of ground, but there is still so much to go forward. And this event is good. These events are going to continue the whole year. So more and more students need to join, and heartiest congratulations to all the winners. Others, please continue in the work that you are doing. And I'm sure we're going to have a wonderful year ahead where we will really have changed and gone from code red to code green. Thank you so much.
Since we are venturing into this new mission of rerouting ourselves, your comments were very timely. I believe with the help of DBT support, we can scale newer heights in all our activities. Thank you, Shalini ma'am. As we come towards the conclusion of the event, I would like to request Ms. Pratiksha Kadam, Faculty of Department of Statistics, to perform this very pleasant duty of proposing the vote of thanks.
Thank you so much, Padmaja. Honorable guests, faculty members, students, and my dear friends. It's my proud privilege to express the vote of thanks on this special day. On behalf of Team Rerouting from Code Red to Code Green 2021, I express my heartfelt thanks to our chief guest for the curtain raiser of RCRCG 21, the famously known butterfly man of India, Mr. Isaac Kehimkar, Chairman and the Director of iNature Watch Foundation. Sir has very nicely explained the importance of conservation of our natural resources, where and how we have taken a wrong turn somewhere, and he has also explained us how can we take the steps in future to save our Mother Earth. Sir has motivated us with his thought-provoking address, and I'm sure his address has generated the great interest amongst the youth. And it has shown us the brighter route for our journey of rerouting from Code Red to Code Green. Thank you, sir, for such a wonderful address. My deepest gratitude to the Honorable Provost of HSNC University, Mumbai, Dr. Niranjan Hiranandani. Sir's address always generates a positive energy and enthusiasm amongst the audience. And today also, we all are energized by Sir's address, and we are ready to take this mission forward. Thank you so much, sir, for sparing your valuable time today and guiding us on our path. What makes us to work better than the best every time is the motivation, guidance, and blessings from our dynamic and enthusiastic trustee and president of HSNC Board, Mr. Kishu Mansukhani. My sincere thanks to sir for sharing his valuable message with us. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank our principal and the Honorable Vice Chancellor of HSNC University, Dr. Hemlata Bagla, for always encouraging us, supporting our innovative ideas, and being with us in our journey as a leader, mentor, and philosopher. With her timely guidance, I'm sure we will be successful in this movement. I would also like to thank our DBT Star Advisory Committee members who have sent their blessings to us. This movement is very well appreciated and supported by our collaborators and some of the NGOs. I'm grateful to our collaborators, Nishit Dharaiya, Director at WCB, and Sonal Dasani from PassionedX organization. I'm also thankful to the non-governmental organizations Earth5R, Vanrai, and Center for Science and Environment, who have shown interest in collaborating with us in our future activities. RCRCG 21 is very well appreciated by many people, and some of the celebrities have also joined us. We Our deepest gratitude to Mr. Rohit Phalke, Ms. Bhagyashri Darvi, Mr. Siddharth Banerjee, Mr. Samir Chaugule, Ms. Madhura Joshi, Mr. Gurudatta Divekar, Ms. Saundarya Sheth for promoting this mission through their shoutouts. The mission is very well supported, and the concept note was also published by Samna and Mahanagar. So we are grateful to Mr. Vishal Ahirrao, content editor of Samna, and we are also thankful to Mr. R.D. Parakh from Mahanagar. Mr. Saurabh Vaidya from E-Lokmat and also Mr. Amar Shaila from Maharashtra Times are also going to provide us the media coverage. My sincere thanks to them as well. My heartfelt thanks to our strong pillars of our support system, our vice principals, Mr. Smarajit Padi, Dr. Shalini Sinha, Mr. M.N. Justin, and Dr. Tejashri Shanbag. They are always there to guide us. I must thank our stars, the coordinator of DBT Star Status, Dr. Sagarika Damle, and the coordinator of DBT Star Scheme, Dr. Shalini Sinha, for their timely guidance in the planning and execution of all our activities. I would also take this opportunity to thank heads of the departments for encouraging their students and faculty members to carry out the innovative activities and for their presence in this curtain raiser event. The team RCRCG, consisting of student and teacher in charges, has taken a lot of effort in the planning and execution of this event. My sincere and deepest gratitude to each and every member of Team RCRCG 21. This event is virtually conducted in a smooth manner only because of our high-tech technical team. I would like to thank our technical team for their tech support, especially Monish for supporting us every time in our technical things. Last but not the least, I would like to thank the wonderful audience who have joined us on the Zoom as well as and on YouTube and have made this event a great success. Also, the sincere thanks and hearty congratulations to all the participants who participated in various competitions organized under RCRCG 21. And these participants have also joined us on YouTube. So I would like to thank them for joining on YouTube. Our tech team, from our tech team, Karthik is also there with us today. Thank you so much, Karthik, for your support. And thank you so much, one and all. Now I hand over this proceedings to the host of this event. Thank you.
Dear participants, I would like you to fill the feedback form given in the chat box.